Yo guys, and welcome back. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at not only the Tai's Light and Dark, but also Light and Dark Cosmo. So without further ado, my boys, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so starting off here, we have Light Tai, who is a balanced type coming in with 28k HP, 1.7k attack, and then 1.8k defense. Stat wise, Nat 2, his HP is surprisingly well. I mean, that's pretty much all that I can say. It depends on how 433 decides to buff him when it comes towards the quote-unquote Nat 3 league, since that doesn't really exist anymore. But he comes in with Shock for both of his skills, and he's single target as well. I do believe he has books, but you can correct me if I'm wrong here. 60% chance for Shock for one turn isn't bad. Neither is 80% chance of Shock for one turn. That's not bad either. And with skill books, it would be nice if his Shock goes to 2 turns. Unfortunately, I mean, he is single target, so if you had no other Mon in the world that could do Shock, you could use him during the Nat 3 special season league whenever that happens. But in all other cases, there are just plenty of other Mons that do the same exact job that aren't single target, and yeah, there's no real point here if you have a Light Yuki or anything of that nature. Even a Mon that can do stun super duper quick like Fire Valk. But let's move on. Alright, next up is Dark Tai, who is an attacker type coming in with nearly 25k HP, about 2.5k attack and 2k defense. Nat 2, HP once again is solid, attack is actually decent, so is defense when you take into account that this is a Nat 2. That's actually pretty shocking. He comes with Silent, 60% chance for one turn, and then his 5-star skill is Hunter, which increases his critical damage by 50%. So if you were to build him, he's I want to say like a great value Gatito, but obviously Gatito has morale boost for his 3-star skill, and he does have books as well. But I mean, if you needed a single target DPS and you literally had nothing else, I would say go ahead and use him. But for all purposes, I mean, if you needed some type of dark nuker for whatever content that you're doing, whether that be Colossus or something like that, as long as he's gemmed up decently, he could have his use there, just being a low tier nuker. But that's pretty much it. So I mean, out of the bunch, I would say Dark Tai is more useful than Light Tai, just for the simple fact that he could probably do damage, while Light Tai does have an ability to CC or crowd control him on. For you guys that don't know, they're Nat 2s. I mean, their only usage would be in a Nat 3 league, but once again, depending on how 433 handles this, are they going to be viable there? 9 times out of 10, if I can pick my Light Yuki over Light Tai, no. Absolutely no. But let's move on. Alright, so next up we have here is Light Cosmo, who's a balanced type coming in with nearly 33k HP, 2.3k attack, and then 2.1k defense. He is a Nat 3, farmable from Star Sanctuary, of course. Decent stats, balanced type, attack and defense could be better. Nat 3 though, plenty of HP on this boy. He is tanky AF, and he comes in with Adrenaline and then Sap. His Adrenaline does require crit on him, so if you were to build one to Evo 3, then he needs to have a square slot just to make your lives easier. And his Adrenaline affects the whole entire squad, so he heals everybody for 10%, and then his Sap is 60% chance for one turn for 2 types of Sap, and he also has a crit lead. So overall, a decently packaged Mon. His crit lead can help him if he's not at max crit rate to hit that max crit rate, so he can heal the squad, and then of course get his 5-star skill off after surviving to do the Sap. And I believe Nestia, before he had quit the game, had also done like a Light Cosmo only run of B10. So to those of you that are interested in clearing out B10 but may not necessarily have the Mons right now, you can go ahead and catch, what is it, 64 Light Cosmo and get them to Evo 3 and level 60 and get them gemmed up, and you can clear out B10. I don't know the runtime on this, but is it doable? Yes, and that's pretty much all that matters. Alright, and last but not least, we have Tai Cosmo, who is a tank type coming in with 45k HP, 1.5k attack, and then 1.4k defense. Once again, this is the tank type. HP is all that it should really need. Preferably some defense too, but you can't have everything, especially with a Nat 3. But HP is plenty. HP is insanely high for a Nat 3. 45k, nearly 46k. How much HP does Miho have? Dude has more HP than Dark Miho. Wow. How much HP does Arthur have? Because I know Arthur has plenty of HP. I gotta check for research purposes. You're here already. It's okay. Dark Arthur has nearly 50k, but he's only a couple thousand away from Dark Arthur. That is disgusting. But moving on, let's go and take a look at his skills. So Shield Breaker, 100% chance to dispel the enemy's shield. That's his 3-star skill. And then I didn't mention in the light one, but they're both AoE for their sap slash silence, and he does have the crit lead as well. I personally don't have much use for silence. I've never really used it, so I can't really comment and tell you guys what's up with this. I do believe Tai Cosmo is predominantly used for fusion only, because this skill set does nothing. There's no content where I use Shield Breaker at. I could be wrong. Maybe you guys do use Shield Breaker somewhere, but I don't use Shield Breaker ever since the rework of Tower of Chaos. And once again, I have no input about silence. So if I was to go for either one besides Astro Guide, because all of these mons should be for the Astro Guide, if you're a collector like me, I would say Light Cosmo by a mile. But that's pretty much it for this review, my boys. In terms of uses for Cosmo, I wouldn't use him in PvP, neither one of them, so don't worry about that. And Tai's is up to your discretion. If you like single target DPS, go for it, but I would not use Light Tai in defense. But once again, let me reiterate that if I was to use a Tai, it would be a Dark Tai, and if I was to use a Cosmo, it would be a Light Cosmo. But I definitely hope this video helped. If you guys have any more suggestions or mon reviews that need updating, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.